19. Then Job replied, How long will you torment me and crush me with words? 10 times now you have reproached me, shamelessly you attacked me. If it is true that I have gone astray, my error remains my concern alone. If indeed you would exalt yourself above me and use my humiliation against me, then know that God has wronged me and drawn his net around me. Till I cry I've been wronged, I get no response. Till I call for help, there is no justice. He has blocked my way so I cannot pass. He has shrouded my path in darkness. He has stripped me of my honor and removed the crown from my land. He tears me down on every side till I am gone. He uproots me hope like a tree. His anger burns against me. He counts me among his enemies. His troops advance in force. They build a siege ramp against me and encamp around my tent. He has alienated my brothers from me. My accounts are completely estranged from me. My kinsmen have gone away. My friends have forgotten me. My guests and my maidservants count me a stranger. They look upon me as an alien. I summon my servant, but he does not answer. Do I beg him with my own mouth? My breath is offensive to my wife. I am loathsome to my own brothers. Even the little boys scorn me. When I appear, they ridicule me. All my intimate friends detest me. Those I love have turned against me. I am nothing but skin and bones. I have escaped with only the skin of my teeth. Have pity on me, my friends, have pity, for the hands of God has struck me. Why do you push me to God thus? Will you never get enough of my flesh? Oh, that my words were recorded, that they were written in my scroll, that they were inscribed with an iron tool on lead, or engraved in rock wherever. I know that my remainder lives, and that in the end he will stand upon the earth. And after my skin has been destroyed, yet in my flesh I will be seen, God. I myself will be seen, and with my own eyes I am not another. How my heart yearns within me. If you say how we will hound him, since the root of the trouble lies in him, you should fear the sword yourself, for wrath will bring a punishment by the sword, and then you will know that there is judgment. 20th. Then Jorped the Nephthah replied, My troubled thoughts prompted them to answer, because I am greatly disputed. I heard a rebuke that dishonors me, and my understanding inspirited me to reply. Surely you know how it had been from of old, ever since man was placed on the earth, that the mirth of the wicked is brief. The joy of the godness lasts by the moment, though his pride reaches to the heavens and he has touches the cloud. He will perish forever, like his own doing, he will perish forever. Those who see him will say, Where is he? Like a dream he flies away, no more to be found. The ancient, like a vision of the night, the eyes that saw him will not see him again. His place will look upon him no more. His children must make demands of the poor. His own hands must give back his wealth. The youthful givers, the fused his bones will lie him in the dust. Though evil is sweet in his mouth, and he hides it under his tongue, though he cannot bear to let it go and keep it on his mouth, yet his food will turn sore in the stomach. It will become the venom of the spirit within him. He will spit out of the riches he swallowed. God will make his stomach vomit them up. He will suck the poison of the scepter, and the fangs of the adder will kill him. He will not enjoy the streams, the river flowing with honey and cream. What he toiled for he must give uneaten. He will not enjoy the profit from his trading, for he has oppressed the poor and left them destroyed. He has seized houses he did not build. Surely he will have not respited for his serving. He cannot save himself by his treasuries. Nothing is left for him to devour. His property will not endure. In the midst of his plenty, distress will overtake him. The full force of misery will come upon him. When he has filled his belly, God will vent his burning anger against him, and rain down his blows upon him. Though he flees from an iron weapon, a bronze-tipped arrow pierces him. He pulls it out of his bag, the gleaming point of our reliever. Terrors will come up over him. Total darkness lies in wait for his treasure. A fire unveiled will consume him and devour what is left in his tent. The heavens will expose his guilt. The earth will rise up against him. A flood will carry up his house, rushing waters on the days of God's wrath. Such is the fate God allows the wicked, the heritage appointed for them by God. 21. And then Job replied, Listen carefully to my words, let this be a consolation to give me. Bear with while I speak, and after I have spoken, mock on. If the compliment directed to man, why should I not be impatient? Look at me and be astonished. Clap your hands over your mouth. When I think about this, I am terrified. Trembling seizes my body. Why do the wicked live on, growing old and increasing in power? They see their children established around them, their offspring before their eyes, their homes and safe and free for their fear, and the wrath of God is not upon them. They are afraid before their eyes, and read the cows calves and do not mistresses, and seeds for their children as a flock. The little ones dance about, they sing the music of tambourines and harps. They make merry of the sound of the flute, they spend their days in prosperity, and go down to the grave in peace. Yet they say to God, Leave us alone. We have no desire to know your ways, who is almighty, that we should serve him. Why would we gain by praying to him, and by person is not in their hands? So I stand aloof from the counsel of the wicked, yet how often is the lamp of the wicked sniffed out? How often does calamity come upon them? The fate God allows in his anger. How often are they like a straw before the wind, like chaff swept away by a gale? It is said, God stores up a man's punishment for his son. Let him repay the man himself, so that he will know it. Let his own eyes see in darkness. Let him drink in the wealth of the Almighty. For what does he care about the family he leaves behind? When he allows the months come to an end, can anyone teach his knowledge to God? Since he judged even the highest, one man dies in full vigor, completely secure at ease, his body well nourished, his bones rich with marrow. Another man dies in bitterness of soul, never having enjoyed anything good. Side by side they lie in the dust, and worm covered them both. I know full well what you are thinking, the schemes by which you would wrong me. You say, Where now is great man's house, the tent where wicked men lived? Have you never questioned those who travel? Have you paid no regard to their accounts, that the evil man is spread from the days of calamity, that he may deliver from the days of the wrath, who did nourish his conduct to his face, who repays him for what he has done? He is carried to the grave, and watch is kept over his tomb. The sword's belly is sweet to him, and all men follow after him, and the constructor goes before him. So how can this console me with your nonsense? Nothing is left of your answer but a falsehood.